to flip the pages. My name is Sayotele Moyataiwo. It gives me great joy to come here to talk about what I enjoy, and that is books and books and books. I'm a bookpreneur. I edit, I proofread, I write for busy people, and from time to time I come on this channel to talk about the books that I've taken time to read, and I discuss the treasures that I found in such books with my community of book lovers who are all over the world. This channel is dedicated to book reviews. In the past 3 weeks, I've been talking about an amazing book that I took time to read, talking about finances and what I have gained from that book. The title of the book is Money, Master the Game, Simple Steps to Financial Freedom, written by Tony Robbins. Like I said, this book is as old as my library. I've taken time, to read it, and my children, they've taken time to assist me in painting the author's lips. And that is to show you how much of a family member the book has become over the years. I discovered that the more I read the more I read the book, the more I gain fresh insights about finances. I've been talking about financial freedom. I've been talking about how to change your perception to money. I've been talking about how to become financially stable. Everything that I got from this book. I want to go further today to talk about the another thing that I got from the book, and that's going to mark the end of this series. This is the 4th episode under the Money series, and the title of today's video is How to Increase Your Earnings in the Marketplace. This book touched a lot of things, and it speaks extensively on different topics. And there is something that I got from this book that struck a chord with me, and that is the fact that money is usually in the marketplace. You cannot separate money from the rendition of goods or services. And the author made mention of the fact that the marketplace is not always physical. It is just for you to understand that money will flow in the area of value, and wherever value is being transformed, that sphere becomes the marketplace. Now, you as a person, how can you increase your earnings in the marketplace so that you can generate more money, so that you can become financially stable? I got quite a lot of things regarding this, but I'm going to speak about 3 of such as contained in this book. This author at a point took time to talk about how to generate more income, how to get more money, how to do this, how to do that. And in talking about how to generate more money, he says something that is so deep, that is so something that is so relatable, and that is the fact that you have to add value to yourself.
You have to add value to yourself.
How do you do that? You need to become more, according to the author. If you want to earn more, if you want to attract more money, you need to become more. You need to become a better person. You do not necessarily have to work harder on that job in order for you to earn more, but you as a person, you need to become more. And he discussed a lot of ways that you can do that. How can you become more so that you can earn more money? Let me read something quickly from the book so that I'm on page 261, and it says, what's the secret to economic success? 1. Become more valuable in the marketplace. To have more, you simply have to become more. Don't wish for more money. According to this author, you don't need to wish for more money. You only need to work on yourself to become more. Become more valuable. Bring more value to the table. Look at different ways you can generate more value to people. Look at different things that you can do, different products, different services that you can get involved in. But beyond all those products and services, you as a person, the person offering the products, the person offering the services, you need to become more in terms of you need to become more knowledgeable about how the marketplace works. You need to become more knowledgeable about how money works. You need to become more knowledgeable about the advancements taking place in the world and how you can position yourself to become better by reason of that advancement. Now, let me say something that is not really in this book, but I got from the point of becoming more. Most of us are too relaxed in our current position. We are so stagnant. We resist change. If you are the type of person who is afraid of changing, if you are the type of person who is not dynamic, you will always be broke. This generation, things are changing at the speed of lightning, and to that end, you need to make it a point of duty to become more. You need to become more valuable. You need to become more versed in your field. You need to work on yourself to know more than the average person. You cannot afford to be laid back in this generation. You need to crave to become better. You need to run towards value. You need to see the need to become better than you were yesterday without anybody necessarily begging you to become better. You have to push yourself. You need to become pushful. You need to aim for more. You need to look at opportunities around you and position yourself to latch onto them so that you can become more valuable. In order to increase your earnings, according to this book, you need to become more. That is the first point. Let's move on to the second point on how to increase your earnings in the marketplace. What else do you need to do in order to increase your value, apart from increasing your value so that you can increase your earnings in the marketplace? I got something else from this book, and in my notes, I actually wrote it down as become fluid. The author talking about what you can do talks about changing your form consistently. You cannot afford to be too rigid. You cannot afford to say, this is what I studied in school. You cannot afford to say, this is the skill that I learned 10 years ago. You need to become so fluid that you are ready to learn new things. You are ready to pick new things. You are ready to pick new interest, probably in an area that you have never ventured in. You need to get to the point of becoming fluid. And when I talk about being fluid, it means changing form, to conform to another environment. You need to change form from what you were yesterday to become something better today. Most people are too rigid. We don't want to conform. We don't want to change. We are so bent in our ways. We are so accustomed to traditions that we are not ready to try new things. You must become fluid in this generation so that you can become so adaptable to the different innovations coming up per day. Now, talking about fluidity, let me read something interesting. I'm going to read from page 262 to page 263. Let me read. I would never stop growing, never stop giving, never stop trying to expand my influence or my capacity. As a result, over the years, I've become more valuable in the marketplace to the point that I'm extremely fortunate enough today that finances are no longer an issue in my life. It sounds so sweet, to discover that there is someone who can say that finances are no longer an issue in my life. We all like that aspect. It sounds so enviable. But the truth of the matter is, a person said that I'm constantly becoming better. I'm constantly expanding my capacity. You need to generate capacity for the future. You need to build capacity for something better. You need to build capacity for something more rewarding than what you are currently used to. The only room that is never filled up is the room for change. You must be willing to change. Change is the only thing in life that is constant. You must be malleable. You cannot afford to be too fixed in your ways. Do not say, I can never learn that. I can never know that. I want you to prepare your mind to be flexible, to soak in new information. I want you to prepare yourself to become more adventurous so that you try out new things. I want you to look at what has never been as something that can come into existence. Go for things that you once found frightening. You must be ready to face your fears. You must be ready to face the dragon and fight the dragon. At the other end of your fear, there is something more beautiful. At the other side of your fear is something more fulfilling. You need to go for it. You need to be fluid. You need to be willing to take new territories. Fluidity will enhance your earning capacity in the marketplace. You cannot stay on the same spot and expect an increase in your income at the marketplace. I want to implore you at this point to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, help my channel to grow. Feel free to share my videos with your loved ones, and do not forget to click on the like button. I would also like to introduce you to my second YouTube channel. The name of the channel is A Well-Watered Garden. The channel is dedicated to faith and lifestyle content. Feel free to check it out. I'm very sure you'll find something wonderful on that channel. You want to write a book, you want to edit, you want to proofread, you want to write a biography and you don't know how to go about it, feel free to get in touch with me. I'll be more than willing to work on your books. My email addresses are on the screen. Now, let's continue with the video. What is the third way that you can enhance your earning in the marketplace? The last thing I got from this book, that taught me how to expand my earnings in the marketplace is the fact that I must embrace lifelong learning. In other words, never stop learning. That is one thing that this author talks about. Something that can propel your finances, that can push it forward, something that can enhance your earning power. It says never stop learning. It's one thing for you to probably, for instance, let's say you graduated with a very good grade 10 years ago. You cannot stay on that spot. You have to move forward. Maybe you learned a skill 15 years ago and you were so good at it. I'm very sure at this point there will have been advancements concerning that skill. So to that end, you must commit to lifelong learning. Do not stop learning. The author says something about never stop learning in one or two places. Let's read some portions. I'm on page 267, talking about commitment to continuous learning. This is what the book has to say. Mentioning a particular man, it says, he is a worthy man, part of the 1%, because he has never stopped learning, never stopped growing, never stopped investing in himself. I love that part so much. Never stopped learning, never stopped growing, never stopped investing in himself. Even if you are doing so well today, far above the average person, do not stop learning. You have to keep at it. It goes beyond the need for you to increase your finances. It makes you a better person. It turns you to an invaluable asset, something or someone that cannot be discarded. You have to commit to lifelong learning. And it says something else about lifelong learning. I'm going to wrap up this video by reading that particular part. Let's read. I'm here on page 269, and it says, how are you going to add more value to the world? How are you going to contribute more, earn more, and increase your impact? I want you to know that this episode, the 4 episodes beyond the financial, beyond getting more money. It boils down to impact. At the beginning, in the first episode, I said that money is a tool, that it is a defense. It will help you to reach more people. It will help you to contribute to the overall well-being of the citizens of the world. It's all about impact, actually. And like I said, at the beginning, the very first episode on this series, I said it is not possible for me to touch on everything in this book. This book is so detailed, it covers a lot. There are a lot of things that, due to time, I couldn't even touch on this channel. I want to implore you to do well by getting a copy of this book. It should have a place on your shelf in your personal library. You will do well to get a copy. Go to the local bookstore, go to the library, get online and get a book. It's very amazing and it is highly recommended. And with that, I've come to the end of this wonderful series on money. Master the game. Thanks so much for staying with me on this channel. Before you know it, I'll be back with another interesting book. But before then, this is Sayodele Taiwo saying bye for now.